This is Lisa at 10507 Aurora Avenue North. I'm located on the 3rd floor, and it's a brown and yellow building on the left-hand side as you go north. And I've been terrorized in this apartment, and I'm sort of given a back time now. But I'm going to turn on the broadcast so that I can shower, and so you can hear the psychotic freaks in the building that threaten me. If you know, and they know they're being broadcasted, and if they don't want to be broadcasted, they don't have to talk. There's a legality covered, because there's legality in Washington. They just took a uterine chakra. Now, what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm not going to broadcast me naked or anything like that. In fact, I'm going to close the shades. They have an alleged camera or two in this apartment, by the way. So. And what would they say if you're recording them and they're in the shower area, behind a shower in a storage room? It's not legal for them to do so. So if you hear people and you're hearing muttering, now that's outside. That means someone's threatening me in the walls, or some of it's from the smoking area to the left. And I'll tell which is which when I hear it. Maybe it's just tore head. You don't want that. And again, this address is 10507 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98133. You can look up a building list and see how psychotic they all are and crazy. And they threaten me with everything. And they put glass in my room, poisons in my water, bleach my hands. And they've even bragged that they have radiation. So I'm going to take a shower. So that's the Americans. They're all crazed human zombies, pretty much. And there's also a spiritual aspect to it. Paranormal. You'll hear me talk about the paranormal. There's a pilot flying overhead. He's actually using sign. They just took my chest chakra, and they're acting like the crazed monkey zombies that they are, or like Kirby's. They're playing paranormal. And they took back chakra. I could actually plug in the phone in here eventually so you could hear it even better. But if you can enhance sound once you've captured it. And there's apps even on the internet where you can capture sound, enhance it. So, even if I run the water, you might say run the water, well then there's like a prostitute and a bum rapist in behind the shower, and they've dumped pee and urine and even semen in the water. And I just heard somebody, she's not a ghost, she's in the wall, and she's bitching because I'm recording them. And one of the prostitutes is named Stephanie, that's dumped in the water, and she likes to try to terrorize me. Another one's a fat white guy that wears a black hoodie on Aurora. Another one's a black guy about 6'1". Fat guy's about 5'9", but the black guy's about 6'1". Wears a green hoodie now. Like a fluorescent green kind of, or a lime green. And sometimes they threaten to chop through the shower even. I'll get to U.S. for the bricks tonight. Show all the zombie French to the Europeans. And to the bricks and Irish. whenever he threatens. He sounds like something old man voice. And he just tore belly button. And there's a hooker, and she's making threats. And with the non, they're bragging with non on the chakra. Well, when the chakra's not on you, you do it for 13 years ago. What do you do? 100 years ago. No, I don't know. Sometimes when the bums have threatened me, they've made sexual noises as they were masturbating and bragging that they put semen into the water. Oh, it's one of the guys is the 6 foot tall black or so black guy in there too. Or the fat guy. That 5'9", white, ugly, looks like a maggot with a black hoodie and a slight mustache, hangs down like a bandito. If you get 3 of the retards together, they're dangerous. I should pull the phone in here and have it facing away so I can shower and then have it nice and dark in here so I don't have to worry about being still. But I'm going to close the door a little bit, because if you're being filmed, you want low light in the personal areas like the bathroom. Low to no light, whatever you can see still. retard D-I-C-K. Now I'm going to a store area, and it's about on 69th and Roosevelt. And I've actually been followed to that location, and people have tried to tell me you're going to go in the storage, and and you're going to do this for us. No, I'm not. And they're playing a game, and they're playing the "You're Such a Nice Person" game. It's like triggering so they can manipulate people. And they've taken a lot of chakras. They're very mad because I started broadcasting them terrorizing me. So if you're hearing voices, well, they're in an allegedly empty storage room. It's not a ghost. It's freaks at 10507 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98133. And they've even had people on the E-line that were trying to, that were going to stab me with heroin, and people on the 45 bus route. I used to take the 40. People that also would put on a wrinkly security guard's coat and call themselves a security guard or a policeman and pretend they could arrest, and they're not. And that's illegal anyway. A lot of them are pretending I'm their family. They're not my family. They've also made people in the spirit world play family, and animals play family, and other beings. They're yapping and yapping. What you're hearing with the arguing right now, that smoking area, they're pretending we have a connection. We don't. That's why the door's been blocked pretty much, after a certain point of moving in. And I don't want retard D-I-C-K. And he's bragging about indentured. That's why they were trying to steal chakras so they could indenture you. They have a takeover plot, and they just took hand, 1118 hand. And the bum in the wall who just said all of us indentured you, he's actually in the wall behind the sink. Guaranteed he's been putting semen in there and urine, along with a prostitute named Stephanie. She was there at least earlier, I believe. She's an ugly, dyed red-haired, short hair, looks like a messy bird's nest hair, and a head too big for her body. And she's thin, and she has hardly any shoulders. She looks sort of like a circus freak. She's a heroin addict who's injected herself until her arm will be operated on, and eventually she will have no use in one arm. But that's what happens. And those kind of people, even without the magical aspect of the whole thing and the attempt at magic, those people will literally sell their grannies. They will literally sell their grannies for that drug. And they're zombies anyway, and that's why they fell according to Satan's plan, because they are so evil. And not only immoral, but amoral. Completely devoid of morals. If you don't hear me as well, sometimes it's because I have to close the door. They brag about illegal cameras. And so when someone's filming you, you want to be under as low light as possible. The gang members and other freaks like to pretend something happened before it happened. It's not that they're brilliant, it's that they have been taught that. So with one video, they might be pretending their victim's alive because they have a whole video. Then in another video, they're raping someone while she's unconscious or he's pretending that person's a prostitute. And then maybe they kidnap that person's never seen again, maybe ends up in a third world country or just killed somewhere as a slave. And presto, maybe they've been held in a part of town that's high prostitution. And by the time they get hauled in by police, maybe there's a dirty policeman involved, which sometimes there is, or just somebody who won't listen, then that person's a prostitute. while they're not up here, everybody's going wild, even pushing on your door, trying to get in, or talking about their weapons and how they're going to break in. And they're quite angry, and that's the smoking area. They're very angry because I've told on them. They're helping me let you know that the magical belief system. Now, so I'm going to go to my storage, and while I was gone, they took the storage key, they went through the storage. I've since changed the key, but just remember, one of the problems in America after everybody became zombies, everyone was manipulated, whether by fright or by money or by violence. So they were coerced or forced into playing gang member games. But, you know, like I said, the old lady down the street who doesn't make the phone call and sees me being terrorized or knows about it, she's now a dirty, filthy drug addict, gang member, even if she was allegedly respectable all her life and had 6 children and went off to church. She's no longer that person after 13 years ago, because pretty much everybody in the U.S. took the ball of Satan after a while. I hear different tallies, and it was like something like 2,000 at first, and then it just spread, hand, chest as we talk, some of it wall and some of it smoking area, by the way. So I'm just going to get ready because I have to go. It's economically now I have to I've spent so much money throwing away shampoos, etc., that were defiled. And I actually have to go out and eat where I volunteer sometimes. And, you know, you say, well, it's not that expensive to cook a hamburger. Well, when your water's been poisoned and burned your hands and bleached them, as I've shown, you're not going to want to stay and cook. So I'm going to forget that stubborn sticking to civilization stuff and just bring in TV dinner and some fruit and a lot of peanut butter and honey or jelly. And if I want to carry it around, great. If I don't want to carry it around, I'll do it there. Especially, you know, they're especially safe here without me. Because what I'm hearing is that even locked up stuff is defiled, and I believe it because the essential oils, some of them that I were defiled and in to reek. I've never had that happen, except, maybe on a dusty road, and then they pick up dust, and they smell a little, like sandalwood started to smell a little dusty, but guess what? For a while it was okay, because sandalwood kind of evokes that dusty sense of time for me anyway. But, you know, aside from sticking to the path and not being too poetic and verbose, just presenting the facts because it's the best thing. Also, you have to realize the human zombie steals brains, and they will, like, let's say if a guy in India has an idea on some software, well, they've taken it. And if a guy in England has the idea for a new fishing lure, they've taken it. If a woman in Russia has a new recipe, they've taken it. And some of this is achieved by the spirits they've ruined, who now do their bidding. Am I going to be too hot? It was raining yesterday, but it's sunny now. At some point I have to see the tent. They're talking about code. Some of this, now, on a very low level of economics, they just pulled money out of my back chakra, by the way. 1126 back chakra, and belly blow up. Belly blow up. And they took money. I'm going to need a tablet today. Oh! And you can tell I'm in a hurry because I wanted to make it to lunch, but I also have to go to that storage. Now, they've actually, that storage I go to, like I said, I've been followed, and people will pretend they're your boyfriend. The bum in the wall is thinking he's powerful, eating my hand eating. And it's back to the fat slob. He looks like a maggot, and he wears a mustache. He's a pedophile. And I'm fast because I have to pray before I go and pray over my essential oils before I use them. And also, I need to see the temperature, quite frankly. And I hope to leave by 12. Talk to you later.